Hello everyone, I'm going to take you through how I make my moi moi without leaves. First, now I proceed to adding my unpeeled beans into the blender. My beans has been soaking overnight for quite a bit now so that it's easy to blend in the blender. Then I proceed to add my onions and some chopped sweet paprika pepper. Next, I add some water, and you might say, "Oh, why didn't you peel our beans?" But normally, beans is rich in fiber, and taking away the shell, I think goes takes away the fiber with it. Now I proceed to blend, and now everything has blended nicely. I put some water in the pot so that it can boil while I coat the tins that the blended beans is going to be going into, which is also called moi moi. So I'm pouring the oil, I'm trying to spread it around, then I am going to coat it so that when I pour the moi moi mixtures into the tin, it doesn't stick to it. So now I proceed to coating the tins. Like I said, this will help and prevent the moi moi mixtures from sticking to it. Now I'm going to be adding all the ingredients that I need. I start with adding some vegetable oils. I know I'm not measuring anything here. I'm just going with my discretion. Of course, I've been doing this since forever. Then I proceed to add in some blended crayfish. And the next thing that I am going to put is some dry pepper. This is because I did not blend it with chili pepper and I need a bit of heat in this moi moi, so that's why I'm adding some dry pepper. And the next thing that I'm going to be putting is some seasoning cubes. Yes, some chicken seasoning cube, which is what I love. It gives it a nice flavor. And after putting in my seasoning cube, next thing I'm going to be putting is some salt. Yes, it might look like I'm putting a lot of salt, but it's really not a lot of salt. I just coating what on top of the other ingredients that I put. Then finally, I put some ginger powder. After this, I then proceed to mixing everything all together. I'm mixing it together so that all the ingredients dissolve nicely in the moi moi mixture. Then I proceed now to putting the moi moi into the tins. So I normally do this. I put the mixture halfway because I am going to put in some boiled mackerel, which I had done earlier. So I put in the boiled mackerel, and then I proceed to fill the tins. Now I'm going to do this just 3/4 fill, because if I don't put it at 3/4, when it starts boiling, it's going to like overshadow and get stuck in the back of the pot. Now this is my main mixture. This is for the mixture that is going into the oven and not into the pot. I also do the same thing, pour it halfway and put in my mackerel fish. And this, I would say, is one of the best and most convenient methods of cooking moi moi. So when I do this normally and it's done, I always cut it into like 6 to 8 pieces and freeze it. And when we use it for the week, we just pick one and eat it. So this is like one of the most convenient methods. And now you see that I am coating the pan with the remaining mixture of the moi moi. Now I proceed to put in the moi moi into the boiling pot of water, and then I'm going to cover it with some aluminum foil. This ensures that no steam escapes and the moi moi cooks through. I also do the same for the two pots because I'm actually using two pots. The reason I'm using two pots is like the things that I'm using are different sizes and I cannot put them in the same pot unless it will pour. That's why I have to use two separate pots for that. And those other things are like my backup things, because normally the main thing is the first pot and the one I put in the oven, but these ones are the backup in case the excess remains. Now for my mixture going into the oven, I proceed to pour boiling hot water. Then I put my pan into the hot water bath, and now also cover with aluminium foil. And of course, remember the reason why we're doing this is so that no steam escapes and the moi moi can cook through. I cover it nicely and now proceed to put it in the oven. Note that the oven has been on, and right now the temperature of the oven is at 200 degrees Celsius. So now I'm putting the tray into the oven, and of course you can see it looks like I'm struggling. Yes, I am, because the foil was like trying to get ripped as I put it into the oven, but finally I could put it, and I left it for 45 minutes, and here is the finished